welcome to another episode.
Acoustics Unfiltered. You forgot the podcast then. You forgot what we record.
I am your host, Asabi Hawa.
And I'm Mike.
And we have the wonderful and beautiful Beatrice. Hello. So Beatrice.
Finally, we got you here. Finally, to do this podcast. And we're quite happy.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here and to have this opportunity to get to know each other a bit better today.
The honor's all ours. All ours. So, okay, let's let people know. Actually, no. Before we do that, we always forget.
Oh, yes. Like, comment, describe. Describe.
Describe the podcast.
Describe.
Yeah, all that malarkey. Anyway, so let's get into it. So tell the audience a little bit about you. Who are you? Who is Beatris?
Who is Beatrice? It's existential question. No. So on a 3D level, in this dimension, Beatrice is an actress, singer, and musical theater performer.
Oof, nice. Triple threat.
I would say that I've been always training with dancing, but I can't really say that I am professional. Okay. So I keep evolving with.
But we've seen your moves on salsa anyway. So.
Getting there. And the reason why is because I can't even imagine my life without art.
Wow.
Because since I was very young, I was a child, I just realized that I really felt this need to express my emotions and the emotions of others in order to change the mood. I understood that thanks to music, thanks to a piece of art, thanks to theater, people can change, can have something inside and it can change them for the better. And this is what I wanted to create as well in my own little world. And dancing, singing, acting, I found out is the way to get an emotion out, to express a human experience in the most complete way that ever exists.
So when you were a child, were you like one of those stage divas then that they do everything, they do the plays, you know what I mean? Those guys. Was that where you were at? Where did that? So you say that you discovered that, you know, art helps, heals in essence. But where do you think that came from? What led you to that?
So that's an interesting question. My family is not really like particularly interested in art.
Okay.
They do different things. But my grandfather, he used to be very close to music. He used to play the piano as a hobby.
Okay.
And so when I was very, very young, because he was also about to face a terminal illness. So he wanted to transmit as much as possible, the passion that he had for music to me. And you know, I think there is a part of him in me every time I do something that has to do with art. Yes, he used to play the piano all the time for me when I was very, very young. And I have this very clear memory. I think that was what he hoped for me. So who knows? Maybe he also inspired me.
Well, it sounds like he was the catalyst.
Like yeah.
So then he gave you this wonderful gift. You took it on board from an early age. And then what happened? So you started. What was the journey to here?
So my parents immediately understood that I was very close to anything that had to do with theater and art. So I started dancing. As the first thing, then playing piano, then singing and acting. But what really changed for me, what really made me understood that I could possibly belong to the art world was when I was going through a very difficult time in my childhood because of bullying, which I think is something we can all relate to. Yeah. I was just a different kind of child. In a way that other people didn't seem to really accept.
Okay.
I had a passion. And when people have a big passion, sometimes other peers around you might not understand it.
Because you stand out, right? So you're not the norm. So then it's like,
who knows, maybe. But what I can say is that it was difficult for me to open up about it.
Okay.
And I think my mom was very clever at that time because she decided to make me try therapy as a theater session.
My mom's got... Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I started the first course, the first theater course in my little town in Italy because of this, because I wanted to, actually my mom in this case, because I was 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, wow. Good girl.
And that's when it's actually, it was very, very useful. And I can say this particular experience left a mark on me for many different reasons. The first one is I learned to really listen to others. The second thing is I never consider myself a victim when I say that I've been, bullied, because apart from the fact that I think most of us go through that sooner or later in life, unfortunately. But I don't consider myself a victim because actually, thanks to that pain, I was pushed to find my find my place. I call it my second house, which is theater. And probably if I had a very comfortable situation in my childhood, I wouldn't have found what actually, then gave me the identity that I have today, as an artist. So I don't regret. I mean, of course, it's been painful, but I learned since, that time, I really learned how to have a different perspective on life and things. And I am grateful today. I can say I'm really grateful for what I had to go through because it allowed me to find theater. And that's why I say that it left a mark on me, because when I understood how much this environment of theater, learning to listen to others for real, because in those sessions we were learning what it means to trust one another.
Some deep stuff.
Action, reaction. Yeah, it was really, really beautiful. And I feel like whatever I want to do as an artist needs to be, in a way or another, an attempt to create value through the power of art. Exactly like art saved me.
Wow, it's
when I was young.
It's like that cheesy movie when you pay it forward.
Absolutely.
You taught me how to give. Now I'm going to teach you how to give. But I think often you'll find that adversity can be a positive in as much as it molds you and it guides you. Not always, obviously, but you can use adversity to your betterment. And in your case, you have. Because ultimately, it's a bit like fate, because Granddad passed on the legacy.
Yeah.
Then obviously you had those Bumble Club bullies, but then that turned that into hashtag Bumble Club bullies. But then you turn that into a positive, because obviously you use the music therapy, and all of that combined, those two simple things, are why we're here now, essentially.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I've got to ask, like, since we're talking about musical theatre, do you have like a favourite musical?
Oh, yes.
Of course. What's your favourite musical?
Miss Saigon.
Oh.
Mine is Hamilton. Hamilton is wicked.
If you ask me about Miss Saigon,
I haven't seen it yet.
I'll be here for a week talking about Miss Saigon. I love the fact that is a musical that finds the perfect balance between comedy and drama.
Okay.
The music.
I thought it was a serious thing.
No, it's very, very dramatic. But there are also moments in which you can have a moment of relief, and it's pretty comic as well.
Yeah, I might have to watch it.
Is just incredible, and there is this song that the songs are incredible. If you don't know about this musical, please try to check it out, because you won't regret it, I'm sure.
Well, that's a great
the music also is not just for musical theater people. It's for everyone.
Okay.
What's your favourite? You're going to say Lion King, aren't you?
No, actually. My favourite is The Sound of Music, because it has sentimental value to me and my family. So my mum loved it, and we literally watch it every year. So The Sound of Music, we knew all the songs. We more or less knew the script as well. And like, my mum's not very musical or artsy, but when it comes to that musical, my mum will sing all the songs. So yeah.
And the values that musical has as well. Yeah.
Right.
It's really beautiful. You see how art brings people together in this way.
So okay, so now how did, so we've covered that you were a bit of a dancer, although you don't class it in your triple threat, and then obviously you sang a little bit, but then how did because quad threat doesn't sound as good, does it?
No, triple threat sounds nice.
Yeah.
So then how did you slide in the acting? How did that come into it?
Again, I think acting is the foundation of all the arts, because through acting you learn how to tell a story. We have singers, we have dancers. Not all singers, not all dancers tell a story with their voice or their body. So thanks to acting, you have the chance to really find the best tools to express an emotion, you know, in the best possible way at 360 degrees, basically. And this is why, if you ask me to choose, I would never be able to choose. But
we're going to ask you later on. You're gonna have
if you ever ask me, I would never be able to. But I think acting is the one that brings all the other arts together, in my opinion. Because if you know how to be someone else on stage, it means that you have done any type of work with empathy to self-reflect on yourself. Because being able to play a character means going deeper into who you really are, learning, you know, connect with your most authentic, sometimes the one that we don't always show self, that kind of self. And that's why I think acting in a way is also like a therapy as well.
You can be, but often, not everybody, but a lot of people put on a persona on stage, whether they're a dancer or whether they're a singer, and they can be the shyest person off stage, but on stage they're a complete maniac because that's
me.
Outward. Oh, is it?
I still remember a fact that happened to me, and I never really understood at that time why they said that to me. But I was at this touristic village. I was one of the cast members, doing shows every day. And I decided to do it because till that point, after attending the Academy of Musical Theatre in Milan, I wanted to challenge myself and finding the way to go on stage even without being super prepared. I had this problem. If I'm not 100% prepared, I'm not doing anything. So I was like, no, Beatris, you need to challenge yourself and do something to be ready to go. Because I also felt that I had inside of me more free kind of self that is more into improvisation, into go with the flow, but I was blocking it.
Oh, okay.
So this experience allowed me to pretty much almost improvise on stage every night.
Oh, wow.
So how did you train yourself to do that? What were the steps that you...
I literally, basically, we were doing rehearsals at night with the cast and working all day as well as, you know, as entertainers. And I remember that these guys were telling me this. They were like, Beatris, you have to tell me because I can't really understand this about you. When you're on stage, you're a beast. when you're around us, your energy says, sorry if I exist, I'm sorry if I exist.
Oh, wow.
You're very shy, you're very like, sorry if I am here. Can you please tell me who is the real you and put this thing together? He was a friend of mine, personal trainer in that experience. He was working as a personal trainer and also as a cast member. And I was like, you know what? This is something that I still need to figure out myself. But I think pretty much it's because what happened in my childhood was quite heavy. And probably left a mark on me in a different way. Even if I keep saying that I absolutely overcame it in the best possible way, probably there is still something, which is fine. Which is fine.
Pain there, or whatever you want to call it.
Which is fine. It's just that I don't feel the person that would ever be in your face in a group, in a collective. I am pretty much When I came to London, though, and this is probably something that has to do with the saying, you can't put a fish, and ask to a fish to climb a tree, for example. Because when I came to London, I actually felt a completely different person, like the real me that I didn't really have the chance to be before.
Okay.
And this kind of Beatris could also have the potential to be a possible leader in a group.
Yeah.
So you see how
Like a fresh start. It's like a different environment.
Yeah, I just really felt not just accepted, but even more than that, I felt understood. I felt this is how I feel every day I wake up in London, even if it could be a bad day in London.
Really?
It's still a day where I feel like I'm where I belong to and where anything can happen. This is the vibe I have every day.
Okay.
But is that because, so is that the city itself, London, or is it the community you're with, or is it your circle of friends? What do you think is behind that?
I think it's pretty much everything.
Belonging.
I think all these things that you mentioned.
Go off the plane and you're like, yeah.
I have to say I also really worked on myself like a lot. Like mindfulness to me is so important as an artist because it helps me to stay grounded and to not allow external circumstances to affect me too much, but to build up and practice to have a strong core.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is whatever happens, I am not being shaken too much by the external situation. Something bad happens. What is the thing that I can do? What can I think of to transform it immediately, even before it hits badly inside my head? I'm like, oh, this shouldn't have happened. No, what is the thing that can transform this? And most of the times I find the way.
Okay.
Oof.
So
That's inspiring.
can you say anything in terms of like what's something you actively practiced or something that was actively tangible to you that started to help you make that change?
So I practice this particular meditation that is a Buddhist meditation called Namyoho Renge Kyo, and there is this very beautiful quote that really changed my life that says, "Transform your poison into medicine."
Nice.
I love the verb transform.
Yeah.
How active, how powerful is it? Does it make you feel like empowered? Like I can do it, you know, I can transform your poison. So poison, that means that is something we have to expect in life.
Yeah.
We will have to go through things, situations, people that might represent poison, but it's still up to us. It can still become a medicine.
Absolutely.
And an actual thing that I can say is that some years ago, it was just before Brexit. I was very active at that time. I had my one-woman show out that was about basically facing limiting self-beliefs through the power of art, called Embracing Shadows. I had the chance.
Everything.
I had the chance to bring this show to the Vault Festival.
Okay.
It was part of the Female Fringe Festival, and I noticed that at that time, of course, I was a bit. I wouldn't say concerned, but almost about the possibility that maybe what I wanted to express could arrive less easily to people because of my accent. I was still quite new, especially in the Brexit time. And they noticed...
You're a freshie in the terms.
Pretty much, And what happened was that most people told me, you got to my heart with what you tried to express.
Damn.
I mean, that show was also a self-healing journey. And this is something that I say in the show at the end. Like, this helped me heal as well. And that's when I thought, you know what? Especially now, during the Brexit, just before getting to know about what was going to be the result with Brexit, I was like, there are so many people, so many of my colleagues that are struggling with this thing about the accent. And I will surprise you guys. Not only people that are international, so many people have a lot of, concern about their accent in Birmingham, in Scotland. And this to me was like, whoa. So there is a deeper problem here. It's not just the certain people.
No.
So I put them together and I was like, I want to create this show called Don't Judge Me by My Accent, Theater Showcase. And it was about I had the chance to partner with different British writers. And I asked them, can you change the nationality of some of the characters in your plays? And they really happily decided to help. And we had this massive, beautiful show. I still remember it. I brought people from different parts of the world. Some people that were more known than others, actors from Italy that wanted to transmit this message that was diversity shouldn't just be tolerated or accepted. It should be celebrated.
Correct.
So because of that, my agent told me one day, so when are you, the day after we got the result, when are you leaving the country then?
Oh, damn.
Just like that.
Raw.
And it was someone that really seemed to care about me a lot. That's why I was a bit...
Yeah,
so,
they don't sound like they care about you, if I'm honest.
Wow.
And this person said to me, I'll be honest with you, from now on, the only chances with Brexit that you're going to have is an extra in some movies.
Damn.
Maybe.
Mother.
And the moment that happened, I was really,
That's a lot.
practicing the meditation.
You should have.
Wow. And you know what I did? I thought, okay, I am using this as a fuel to switch on the most powerful fire inside of me and prove him wrong.
Exactly. You transform their poison. So I got in there. Yeah, get that in there.
So I went to audition a few days later for Sense and Sensibility, a production that was going to the Edinburgh Fringe.
Okay.
And they decided to get me on, and they were like, we will have to work a bit on the RP because it was a period drama.
Yes.
But they were like, you just have something, Beatrice, that we feel like you have what it takes.
Exactly.
And I thought inside of me, is the fuel. After that, I got the offer to play Juliet in a Romeo and Juliet particular show that had to do with Brexit because it was half in Italian and half in English. And some political people were going to be there on that night to demonstrate how London and Italy were still, close together, how London was still, supporting Europe. That was really, really powerful.
Oh, that's an amazing story.
Amazing.
With the old accent thing, I think sometimes there's more than one way to listen to somebody. So you can listen, you can be involved, you can connect with somebody, irrespective of their accent, if you really are actually listening. Exactly. So I think it's lazy people that say, "Well, what, mate? I don't get what you're saying." Because people sometimes communicate and they don't even speak the same language, right? But they understand each other. So for two people to talk the same language, but you not to understand them because of their accent is just sloppy and lazy. But that's my rant over.
That's true.
Anyway,
and also we all have our own way to speak.
Exactly.
The more I am in London, the more I experience London, the more I notice everyone has their own way, and it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. I really appreciate that.
So obviously, you've done that. You've done a few other things. So obviously, one of your passions is singing. So in terms of, what would you define your genre as?
So
I have one.
So this is the thing I have to think more about nowadays because I am about to start working on my first album. And this producer that decided to work with me keeps asking me this.
There you go.
I mean, the fact that the question keeps getting.
The reason why, no, actually it stopped now because now I explain why. So as a musical theater performer, my background basically forced me to be as versatile as possible.
Yeah.
Because the focus is on telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And the genre of the music needs to basically embody, to adapt to what the story, what the characters, you know, want to express.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really thought about that. Also, when I perform with my acoustic duo around different parts of London in venues and pubs, what they require is a repertoire from the 50s to nowadays. And this covers many different types of genres.
Yeah.
And when I started writing my own songs, I realized that I am influenced by different things. So for sure, the main genre is modern contemporary pop.
Okay.
Pop, but also soul, sometimes R&B, sometimes... You see, I can't really say I have a pure genre just yet. And I love the fact I can explore. For example, a production that could listen to some of my songs and wanted to consider me for a part as an actress in their film. They basically asked me to write a song with a composer, an amazing composer. A dark cinematic kind of musical song, very classic, very dark and cinematic, that was basically representing Lady Bond in a
as in Lady, like
Lady Bond in a James Bond inspired movie called Domino. And in that case, for example, I took the challenge because I never really tried anything so particular, you know. It's different if you listen to me singing with my acoustic duo and you listen to what I do in Domino, you're like, wait, who's the real Beatris here? So I love this fact to have different shades and to probably, I guess, if I haven't found just one, maybe it's because there are more parts of me that need to find their place, and they need different sounds, different genres.
So right now, essentially, you're saying you're genreless. That's basically what you're saying.
It's not that I'm genreless. I think what I'm really saying is I don't think it's so necessary nowadays to have a label. To have a specific label.
Yeah, I think...
And I also have a friend of mine. She's an amazing singer, Aziza, who's told me exactly the same. She was like, I also, Beatris, love to explore different things.
I don't have a particular genre. All right.
I think also, though, just to go off the back of that, we live in a time where the audience doesn't need their artists to stick to a particular genre anymore. I think back in the day, it was very important to know the artist via their genre, whereas today we live such modern, versatile lives that as long as the song is good, as long as we can connect and find something to relate to, we're actually quite happy to.
So maybe it's more about the artist now more than
I think so.
More about what you want to tell with the music and the artist, probably. Yes.
I think that's a perfect segue then for you to perform your first track, which is called
In Your Wake.
In Your Wake.
DJ, sort out the music, and then we'll get on our way.
White rose, red flame, two extremes that can't convey a voice, a deep touch, in this fear to feel too much. Tell me, what is it maybe as you don't discern what you burn, nothing sounds like enough. Oh, I wish I could say I'll turn into ashes of unspoken love, and then I'll be that phoenix which soars so high. I've learned to master the art of letting go, but this bliss is sublime in this enchanted suspension of time. Bright sun, dark moon, dance inside the thought of you. The more I hide, the more you see. My eyes still scream your name, can't set me free. I run faster than my sorrow. I'm my own savior, my own warrior. But I'll throw the mask away. Only essence and truth will have its chance to spark just for today. All I want to say, as pride and desire fight all along, is that I risk the fall just for the thrill of being caught by you. I'm walking on the edge of the emotions I fear the most, but the music you play in your wake gives me strength to let my soul bleed through this world. I know. Sooner than later I'll have to walk away. Keep this special bond at bay. But let me imagine somewhere far from here, where feelings were gone and all the shallow disappears. A paradise that we'll see. And a white flame entwined in an eternal embrace.
Nice, it's nice. Oof, that was very dramatic.
I wanted to like be just throwing myself about the place.
Very theatrical.
This is a rock ballad, yes.
Yeah,
Theatrical rock ballad. Definitely.
Okay.
So when we looked at your musical influences, they were eclectic, let's call it that. Yeah.
All the sides of Beatris.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about some of the people, the key people that have influenced your. Actually, before we talk about that, let's talk about your content. Do you have a go-to content that you like to, or are you telling different stories? You talk about yourself, you talk about love. What would you say your...
When you say content, you mean with the music?
The music, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so I always ask myself this question before starting. Is what I want to express urgent? Because I really do believe that the best music out there is written when you feel the urgency to tell something that is, you know, happening inside of you or that you see around you, and you just can't help it. You have to let it out. And the best way is music. As Victor Hugo used to say, music allows you to say everything that is forbidden with words. And
It's like left, right, and center, yeah.
it's a very beautiful. I didn't say the quote perfectly right as he said, but the
essence of it.
concept is the same. And to me, that is really important. I feel like I could write about anything as long as it is really urgent for me to express that.
So is it? So is there? It isn't really necessarily a trigger point. It just kind of, it just comes out of you when you feel something that important that you want to say.
Yes.
So when you were writing that first song that you performed, what were you really going
So the story behind this first song is that it was the lockdown.
Okay.
I was working on an online platform as a performer.
Okay.
And I had the chance online to meet other performers. Connect with other performers. And this very talented Italian music producer gifted me with this with the composition of the music and said, "You write the lyrics, and this will be our song."
Okay.
This happened after I told him that I am writing the musical version of a movie that didn't have this much hype, I would say, but I saw it when I was still in Italy with my mom. It was one of the last films we saw together before I moved.
Okay.
And I still remember watching this movie that was so beautiful, so sweet. It was a comedy, but also full of very thought-provoking concepts, and it was about mental health. It was a love story that was really beautiful. It was really, really interesting. And during the time in which it was the break, I looked at my mom, she looked at me, and we said together, "This can be a musical." I still remember that moment. And my mom was like, "You have to write it, Beatris."
Yeah.
So I just shared this fact with this producer at that time. And I told him about this scene where the main character that became one of my dream roles now, she's basically abandoned. She thinks she's abandoned in a station.
Okay.
But actually, she doesn't know, but the other person is actually saving her from something more harmful.
Okay.
I really love this duality, you know, inside of the station, drama.
Yeah.
She thinks that she has been basically fooled and that she will never be loved and all of that. Outside, actually, you know, who has the chance to see the bigger picture knows that it's not like that. And so he was inspired by that, and in 2 or 3 days he wrote this very beautiful full orchestrated composition and said,
"There you go.
There you go. Write the lyrics."
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So in terms of your influences for you, let's go back, let's fast forward to that now. So you've got influences from the 50s. It looks like every single era of music, there's somebody that you kind of connect with. Tell us a little bit about that. And
absolutely. So I love the 50s for rock and roll.
Okay.
Like as soon as I hear the tune, I'm like, yay!
Is that like Footloose? No, Footloose is in the 50s. What's that, 60s?
I mean, really, isn't that the 80s?
No, yeah.
I don't know.
80s?
I don't know.
Is it 80s? No, but okay.
It makes me think of the 80s, I'll say that.
The 80s, but isn't it based in the 50s?
Oh yeah, for real. Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
It gives me 80s vibes because of that when Kevin Bacon did
rock and roll was banned in the 50s.
Yeah.
My favorite time, though, even the 50s, I love the dancing. I love how joyful they used to be. Like, love that. The 60s, they basically is when I find my favorite artists.
Okay.
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
come on.
like, she is just a queen. And she can still inspire today. This is how you know that you are an icon, because your music is timeless. And I love about the 60s just how incredibly joyful and also deep the music was. Like,
they were telling stories.
They were telling stories, and the vibe of the music is just out of this world. 70s and 80s, boom, like an evolution, but it's basically the so I would say the 50s and 60s belong to the joyful Beatris, that the party girl, while the 70s, 80s represent the Beatris that is quite thoughtful and loves to spend time alone. I find the most emotional ballads during that time. And the best bands, I would say, like Queen, Scorpions. I'm a very big fan of Scorpions.
Yeah, me too.
I've never heard of them.
What?
No.
Oh my God.
No, honestly.
I didn't learn about them today.
Unless you have to go and listen and then come back.
I was going to say, like, are there any songs that I should know of theirs that I just don't know because I don't know their name?
There are so many. There is one that is called Send Me an Angel. That song is...
And that's from the 80s?
The Scorpions,
Okay.
It's really beautiful. I would say that this Italian composer told me that he got influenced by Scorpions and Queens around that time.
Okay,
so the rock ballad, you could have the chance to hear that they had some sounds that could connect to that time. Yeah,
I'm gonna go home and listen to them today. If I recognize any of their songs, then I'll be like, so Beatrice, actually, I do know them.
That happens a lot. Sometimes you know a song, but you don't know who. If it's not your.
I'm hoping that happens because I feel like I've fully offended Beatrice now. She's like,
no, I'm joking. I'm just joking here. I'm sure that you would tell me about an artist that I don't know.
Yeah, none of us. So, we didn't know really. I was lying. I didn't know. I googled them today before you came in. So what's your take on music today? Because it's not like the old days, and everyone always says that anyway.
Yeah, everyone says that.
But how do you feel about it? Are people still telling stories to your mind, or has the stories changed?
This is why I when I started, the possible work for this album, I had to basically make sure the people I was working with could understand that there were certain things for which I couldn't compromise. And that was difficult. That's when the new Beatrice of this transition, I feel like I'm going through a transition from the old Beatrice and the new Beatrice.
Yes.
I needed to to get to know better the new Beatrice. I'm still doing that. Because this new Beatrice is unapologetic, while before I used to be, I still am, I don't know, I'm in a transition. The one to be basically like so happy that a chance was coming my way, that I was yes, whatever.
Values.
Yes, no, not really compromise my values, not about that, but not really say maybe what I wanted to really do. So accepting any collaboration and anything, which is also great. I don't regret that because I learned a lot. But in this particular case, I felt like there could have been the chance for people to change me, to want like the will to think, okay, I see you more for this or that.
So manipulate the Beatrice rather than let Beatrice manipulate her story or...
Exactly. So I needed at this time, now is not anymore the time to have others tell me what I should do or who I should be. I still listen a lot. I still take all the advices.
Yeah.
But I also need to listen at least a 40% myself, what I think as well. because what I think as well can also have a value. Before I used to think it didn't have a value.
Okay, yeah.
I used to think everybody else knows better than me.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Yeah. And I did the right thing, because now they respect and really actually appreciate the choice that I have to put the story of what I want to say in this album that will be titled Deeper and Beyond. So the songs will have to do with topics, human dynamics, situations that sometimes people have the tendency to face in a superficial way.
Yeah.
I always try to find a way to see things deeper and beyond.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that we'll have in common.
That doesn't sound like music of today, if I'm honest. That's
I think
tomorrow or the past.
I think it just depends on the artist you find.
Yeah, it depends on the artist.
What's marketed, absolutely, that's not.
Yeah.
But if you go dig a little deeper, then I think there are always going to be artists who want to tell a real story.
Yeah, those are the best kind.
Yeah.
To me, it's not about just telling a story. It's about finding the right balance between the different elements. This is something that really inspired me when I was studying musical theater history. Gershwin, this composer, he did something very revolutionary. He tried to create music that could put together people, that were not rich enough or, from the streets and the elite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was creating music that could put people together.
Okay.
It was very ambitious. It was very
classical hip hop or something like that.
kind of, yeah. So he really tried. He tried to do that. And I still remember the moment, how I felt when I was reading that, when the teacher was telling the story, how Gershwin decided to try this very utopistic kind of move, but it worked. Like, it worked. There was still an evolution there, but I've always been inspired to what he did, because I've always been inspired by this idea to bring together two worlds and find the balance.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So I still want to make sure that the songs will sound modern and enjoyable for people nowadays, of course. But I hope that I can find my way also to leave something that's something that we were talking about before. What is the type of art that can leave something inside of people? And I think the magic of theater has to do with the fact that when you see a very incredible show, when you leave, you're changed.
Yeah.
That feeling. That feeling. So I hope that I can find a balance between those things. Maybe it will take a life or a lifetime or I don't know, but I have a vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deeper and beyond.
That's
Deeper and
important.
beyond.
Deeper and beyond.
All right, so let's put you in a hot seat now. We're gonna play a couple of games.
Oh, yes.
One of them is called Head to Head. You're saying yes now. Let's see. Yeah.
No. No. Can I pass?
No,
No,
passing. So the first one is we're gonna call it Death Battle. So we're gonna have 3 bands. You need to put them in order. Of the best. The other 2 basically will just get murdered, and then
He's got an obsession with this. Like when he's giving people
celebrity death match, and it puts a bit of jeopardy on it. So 3 bands.
3 bands.
Yeah, 2 of them kaputs. 2 of them kaputs. Only one can survive. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Stupid.
Dun.
Queen. Westlife. I know who's going first surviving.
I was really hoping you were the same.
So, and also why you can't just throw out. You just tell us why the devil 2 are getting the bullet.
Oh my days.
Whenever you're ready.
No.
We need to get the countdown sounds.
You've got 10 seconds. Give us one. Come on.
She's in anguish right now.
Okay,
if you want to start reverse, who goes first? It's up to you. I think Westlife personally, but up to you. Who survives?
Westlife music helps me the most.
So what?
Really?
So are you saying that they're the ones that
You're
survive?
saving Westlife.
Yeah.
You're saving Westlife over Queen.
I know.
Oh no, now I'm outraged.
It's just,
now I'm outraged.
it's just for a personal reason. Like that music really like helped me in a very dark time more than any other music.
Is this the Westlife, the Irish Westlife? Yeah, those guys. Not Queen.
Wow.
I'm already there.
She's singing it as well.
Take a look around. This is one of my favorite
Wow.
songs by Westlife.
I wasn't supposed to look. I know. Didn't work at all. Didn't work.
No, Queen, the legends, forever and ever.
Okay.
Everybody would have saved the Queen.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock.
I wanted not to be, obvious. That's the real reason.
Oh,
He's really not happy about that.
I wasn't expecting that.
He was adamant it wouldn't be Westlife. It was like,
Couldn't see
okay,
it.
Scorpion and Queen are gonna duke it out.
Couldn't.
No, honestly, like Westlife has a really personal.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess.
I hope they hear this one day. Like,
I'm going to send it to them.
because I'm still in shock.
Wow. Okay.
Everybody would have saved the Queen. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Or Scorpion, you knew who they were.
Yeah, Scorpions. I wanted to surprise you.
You did.
I mean, you're more than surprised.
All right. So,
I'm like, I think I'm forgiven for my comment on Footloose now
Honestly,
because wow.
Honestly, there are some songs by Westlife
Yeah.
that are masterpieces, in my opinion. They are.
masterpieces.
Can I just ask
They
the
move
question
me
now?
They move me
Can
in
I
a
ask
way.
the question?
Yeah.
Because I don't know much about Westlife. Did they write any of the songs that they sang?
It's irrelevant.
I feel it is relevant because to me, if they're not singing the songs that they sung and these songs saved you, then it's those unknown or unpromoted writers and producers that really saved you and not these Irish lads who got the chance to sing these songs.
I can't really explain that because
Personal journey, isn't it? And stuff. But
Westlife.
No, I'm just so I'm
I
so
honestly
shocked.
don't-
I'm just taking shots. It's not like it's not even personal. I'm so shocked. I'm taking shots. You don't even have to.
Like-
You don't have to rebuttal that. I'm sorry. I was unfair. I was just so shocked. I was lashing out.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I
I
was lashing out.
agree that everybody else would have saved Queen or Scorpion.
Yeah.
From my experience,
Mhm.
what
I'm gonna have to
their music
these
did
guys
for
now.
me.
I'm feeling what's about.
Lashing out. I was lashing
The
out.
Rose,
Yeah.
already there.
Okay, some big boy songs.
Now You're Leaving are
Are these
incredible
Westlife
songs.
Yeah, but you know.
Yes.
Yeah, but remember, Westlife, you're only going to hear what they put in the chart. So they might have great songs on the album that they don't actually put out.
Listen, yeah. Let me listen
Okay.
before I start throwing more shots. Let's
Cancelled.
next game.
I'm not even doing it. There was a second.
Should I mention that they're closer to my like childhood and
I mean,
teenage
that's
time
what
as
I was
well.
thinking in my head, and I was like, okay, well, don't say that because then you're going to sound like you're taking personal shots at Beatrice, and you're not. So I was like, what? Who wrote their songs then?
No, end of the day.
Sorry, I'm upset, Beatrice. I'm upset.
Love Queen and Scorpion.
Next place. Please, let's move on. Oh, I'm tired.
Everybody's hurt,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Everybody's hurt.
But
I'm going to do the second head to head now. I'm not doing it. I don't care. We're leaving it. We're doing social dilemma. Let's go to that. Go on.
oh my God! Now I'm scared, guys. Now
If I'd known you were going to talk this, I would have come up with an even. Oh, okay.
Right, go
Now I
on.
feel like I'm going too easy, but okay. So, Beatrice,
tell me, Asabi,
here's your social dilemma for today.
Dun, dun, dun.
will you be even
We should get a-
more mean now with me?
I mean, I really want to. I just
Can we think of another one?
no, because
Okay, now.
Asabi,
I'm so discombobulated.
Ooh.
And now she's gonna sing Queen to me. She's gonna sing Queen to me.
This is not good.
Wow.
Don't be mean to me.
No, she's gonna sing Queen so sweetly to me. After she sent them to. Okay,
To the death. To the death.
Beatrice. Okay.
Go ahead. What's the social?
You shouldn't have put Westlife. I'm sorry.
Easy.
It's your fault.
It's an easy one as well. Yeah, Gary.
Listen, you shouldn't have.
You shouldn't. It's your fault.
You know what? Because they should have been in there in the first place. That's how we should have known. And that's your favourite. I misread the situation.
I'm upset.
Go on.
Okay, social dilemma, I guess.
Social dilemma.
Okay. So have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Deep, deep love.
Yeah.
Gut-wrenching love.
Yeah.
Can't live without it, love.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here's your social dilemma. Also, I tend to waffle with my dilemma, so I'm going to try and rein it in a bit, yeah?
Can we put on a timer, please? 60 seconds.
All right. So you have your best friend of 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You guys live together. You're flatmates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Your best friend is a single mother. Yeah? So this is one of the reasons you're flatmates. So, you know, you both can afford somewhere to live comfortably and happily. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
She's got a little one. Her little one is 18 months old. Yeah? Okay. Now you're in love. Yeah? You got your guy or whoever. Yeah? And your best friend isn't necessarily happy that you're in love, but, you know, cool. Anyway, your person proposes. You say yes. You're ecstatic. You're over the moon. Yes.
And then?
You guys decide you're now going to move in together. And there's the rub. What you're going to do now? You got your best friend. You've been living together for 10 years. She's a new mother. She doesn't have family here. You are literally her full support system. But now you're entering a new phase in life. I feel like shit. Are you breathing, Beatrice? I thought, oh no, I've broken Beatrice.
Yeah, you got. What are you gonna do, man? Come on. What are you gonna do?
Really feeling the story.
I can see.
Okay. And my best friend said that she needs my help with the child as well.
She needs your help with the child. She needs your help to keep a roof over her head.
Boy.
And obviously, because if you move out, it's very tricky for her to get a flatmate in because she's got a young child. So,
That's what you doing?
what you doing?
So I'll start saying that to me, when you decide to do something for the other person, that is not something that you want and the other person wants, but only the other person.
Mm-hmm.
This can already create a problem in the future, because when you decide to change your priorities,
Mm-hmm.
you might also forget about what your goals are in that instance, and basically try to live a life that maybe is not what you're really meant to have, what you're really meant to live. So I really do believe that the right person would be someone that would be understanding and understand that if they want the best part of me, they also have to allow me to live my life. It can be a career, it can be whatever it is. And I would have no doubt but to stay with my friend and ask to the person.
Not normal, you know.
I'm not normal.
Go on.
And ask to the person to wait till the child is a bit older, so I can still be.
Beatrice.
I was betting my life that you were going to say the opposite.
Friendship is so
true,
important. Like, in my experience, is everything.
You have to cry. Look at her face.
I'm like, oh,
No, you know
you're
why?
forgiven now. You're forgiven.
Yeah.
No, I have no doubt about it, because
Wow.
I would do something regretting something else, and that's how I know that it wouldn't stay. It wouldn't be a choice I do with my heart, but it would be to please someone else. I spent all my life pleasing others.
Yeah.
And in that case, because the person is my best friend, and because I know that, I can be helpful, I think helping my friend and staying there can also help me flourish with the guy.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm not compromising, you know?
Wow.
And at the same time, I'm not saying that I won't go away with him. I'm just asking some more time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a beautiful answer,
Oh,
Beatrice.
you've really thrown everything out the window.
Like you said, we should have known when Westlife showed up
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Right. So after that, you're gonna applaud, yeah?
It was a well thought through answer as well. It wasn't just a like. As soon as I started saying all the elements, Beatrice's brain was like.
Yeah.
I was adamant that you were gonna kick this friend to the curb, but you didn't. So yeah, well done. Well done. Right. Just to round off, what's next for you, Beatrice? What's in the horizon?
Apart from the album, that is my main thing.
Deeper and beyond.
Yeah.
Deeper and beyond. Yeah, you.
By the way,
let me give you. Yeah.
album title drop there. Like that's news to me too. I'm digging it. That's an Acoustics Unfiltered exclusive. That thing, right? That is. I like it though.
And there is this film. Is a feature. The screenwriter. He's an award-winning screenwriter. Decided to cast me. I did the audition like last year or something like that, and we were about to start shooting. Everything was ready, but life happens, so producer couldn't commit any longer, and I decided to try to wear the hat of the co-producer as well.
Wow!
So I was in Cannes at the Cannes Film Festival. I pitched the project. I said, I'm the actress, so I might not know many logistics, but I really do believe in the project. I really do care about the story. And I found a producer that was very, very interested in the enthusiasm that I showed for the story. And he was like, I give you 5 minutes. You need to pitch it to me as if you were pitching it to the biggest studios.
Okay.
If you convince me, I'll have a meeting with the screenwriter.
Wow.
It happened. and now we are basically in the process to have the meetings to make it happen. Okay. First, we will do the short film version and then the feature.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, we look
fingers crossed.
Toes, fingers and toes.
Oh, yeah.
So, where can people, if they want to follow you, find you? What are your socials? What can they?
So, Instagram is Beatris Performer, written with the final S, Beatris, as pronounced.
Yeah.
And on Facebook is Beatris, again, Mori.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
but also, where can we find?
No, we don't care about
LawrenceWarner.com. Yeah.
And I was also about to say, on Instagram, the main link is his website with the song.
Lovely.
Oh.
The story about the song.
Yeah.
He goes a bit more into details.
Oh, do you? Okay, we'll put it up on the socials.
There are more, exclusive exclusive things, so you have to go to the website.
I give you a video. You were done with.
Ooh, I mean, this like I feel like we're getting some video content right now, aren't we? But yeah, we'd love to if any clubs like in Soho or whatever want to have a simple little shoot, like we'd love to do it.
We'll see. Hopefully,
that'd be dope.
Fingers crossed. Yes. All right. Well,
fingers crossed. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's it, isn't it? Really. All right. I've been Mike.
I've been Asabi Howard.
We've had the wonderful.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. I was focusing on the fact that I want to say, Michael and Asabi, amazing.
Thank you.
Hosts.
Thank you.
And we've also had sneakily.
Even though that you told me about them, even though you made me scared, I'm on phones.
But what?
Westlife.
Wonderful.
Right.
Forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah. That's a wrap. Boom.